How to make children believe in the existence of Santa. Story 1. 2 years ago, my daughter guarded the Christmas tree. She really wanted to see Santa Claus, but she didn't wait and fell asleep. Last year, she and her father set some kind of traps for Santa. They thought that Santa Claus would come with gifts, fall into a trap, there would be noise, everyone would wake up and see Santa. And this year, the daughter suggested turning on the video camera for recording all night. Dad appreciated the idea and helped install the camera, and the daughter finally caught Santa. In the morning, the video showed how boxes appeared under the Christmas tree as if by magic. Bam, 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 pyramids with wrapped gifts grew one after another. Then you can see a little bit of either a sleeve, or a piece of a red fur coat, and that's it. The child talks all day about the caught Santa Claus. Story 2. A couple of years ago I bought a Santa Claus bag, put gifts for children, a lot of fruits and sweets, then hung the bag on a tree near the fence. I have my own house and a lot of trees and bushes. Then, starting from the garden, I poured a path of sweets, apples and tangerines that led to the bag. At night I run to the children and say that I saw Santa Claus. Dress quickly, maybe we will still have time to see him. I took a lantern and led them to the beginning of the path and made it so that they themselves would see the candy. Then they were already following the tracks themselves, and at the end I shouted, "Here he is." It's dark after all. I told them that Santa jumped over the fence, and the bag caught on. The children were delighted, even the 9-year-old son believed. Story 3. And we did the following when the son also wanted to see Santa Claus. On Christmas Eve, I went out to the street with him to shoot fireworks. At that time, the wife was opening a window on the balcony. She would open the door to the room, she would throw a little snow on the floor and near the Christmas tree. She puts gifts under the Christmas tree and comes out to the street. Upon arrival, the son saw the remains of snow with puddles and gifts. He said that he didn't have time to see him again this year. "Okay, I'll see him next year." And he began to open boxes with gifts. Story 4. We lived in a private house. On Christmas Eve, Dad stayed at home, guarding the house, and promised to catch Santa alive. While we spent some time on the street with Mom and relatives. And when we approached the house, my father shouted to us from the house something like, "Faster, faster, I'm holding him by the robe, he's trying to escape through the stove." We flew into the house, and Dad theatrically lamented that my sister and I ran away for a long time, that the soon-to such a bastard ran away through the stove. This fairy tale has been lived for a couple of years. Story 5. I also did it for my daughter last year, but I didn't warn. I put on a suit, downy mittens, felt boots, made a list from a piece of wallpaper to whom a gift should go under the tree to put, turned on the camera and recorded. I spoke a mini speech, listed his hobbies and merits, and after that, with special effects, I made it as if he conjured a gift, congratulated him on the Christmas and also fade away with special effects. For those who are interested, I can throw a link how it happened, maybe you can draw something and do it yourself. Story 6. As a child, I set traps myself, pulled the fishing line in front of the Christmas tree between 2 chairs, and swung it around the Christmas tree with a pot once. Faith in Santa Claus and childhood ended around 1 in the morning with Dad's cursing. Smiley face. Story 7. Ooh, just nostalgia. I remember I wanted to prove that Santa Claus was a fake and all this was a parental conspiracy. I dismembered several toys, pulled out a mechanism from them, and when pressed, they began to make loud sounds. We traditionally had a huge bucket of earth for a real Christmas tree, and I dug them in there, because Santa Claus put gifts right in it. And at night the cherished squealing of mechanisms is heard. I run out and see my father who has gone crazy from surprise. He did not expect such meanness from a 5-year-old son. I had never seen him so upset, and I even felt a little sorry for him, but in my heart I rejoiced. Story 8. Our daughter is 9 years old. She still believes in Santa Claus. My husband is doing everything so that this magic does not end, although sometimes thoughts come that it is time to probably find out the truth for the child, so as not to seem like an eccentric among other children in the class. Last year, we celebrated the holiday with my parents. We left the house on the evening of December 24th. So, before leaving, the husband said that he needed to do something there for a couple of minutes. He was delayed. In the meantime, while my daughters and I were waiting outside, he scattered artificial snow near the Christmas tree and made footprints on it. Well, of course, he laid out gifts. We were in no hurry to return home. We walked on foot just around 1:30 a.m. Of course, this is already the 25th, which means Santa should have already visited us. I won't describe all the delight of the child. When she came home, she found a bunch of gifts and traces. Although there was no one at home, smile in general. A miracle is what we do with our own hands.